What's up? So here we are today. And yeah, so should I just explain what we're going to do today? So I'm going to start a painting, and I'm doing a painting for me. This is the best way to put it. I'm doing something I want to see, something I want to do. And yeah, it's going to take me a while. I'm going to kind of take my time on it, make it really nice. And so, yeah, I'm going to bring you guys along for the journey. What I have here, let me just move you guys around here. So what I have here is a fresh canvas, and it's pretty big. I think this is 18 by 24 canvas, and we're going to put our design on here. And the reason I chose this size is because we're going to use this design to make some shirts out of it. So the whole design is kind of a Skull Squad design, and it's something that has been brewing in my head, and hopefully I can pencil it in and get it all going for you guys here on stream. So this is what we're going to be doing, and even though we have a white canvas, we're designing a black shirt. So all along the edges will eventually be black, so that we could blend this into a black shirt and it'll look really nice. And yeah, and throughout the process, hopefully I could find a printing place and we could get these custom printed, and all of you guys could get a shirt. So anyway, what's up Tim Miner? What's up Tech Grind? What's up Thomas Thompson? What's up Jimmy Crackcorn? What's up Paul Tartella? How's it going? What's up Making Waves? How's it going? How's it going everybody in the chat? So anyway, let's get started on this project today. So I got you guys lots of different ways of looking at it today, and we're going to start with this one. I'm just going to start by taking off the plastic, because this is actually just mounted up here when I was mocking up the stream. So we're going to go ahead and we have to get it loose first. Then we're going to pop this bad boy open. Fresh primer canvas. These all come pre-primed. Right? So don't have to worry about putting any primer on it, which is always really nice. But we are going to kind of build it up in layers. So even though we don't have to use primer per se, we are going to kind of build our own primered layer. And today, I don't even know if we're going to make it to some airbrushing or not. There you go. I honestly don't know if we're going to make it to some airbrushing or not. The whole idea is I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to try to sketch out my idea before anything. So hopefully you guys want to stick around and chat. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And this is a regular number 2 pencil. It's says there you go. It says USA Titanium number 2. That's what we're working with today. Alright, so I have this idea, and we're going to start by putting it on here. I have my phone here just in case I need to pull up a reference, but for the most part I'm going to pull this out of my head, and yeah, it's kind of been brewing, and I kind of think I decided what I finally wanted to, how I wanted it to look. So obviously the theme we're going for is the Skull Squad. So I'm thinking 3 main figures, right? So we're thinking probably one skull here, and I'm just going to sketch it in real rough and light. And we're thinking one skull here, probably holding an airbrush somewhere right about here, and then we're going to sketch it in, and then we're going to kind of go back and refine the sketch and make it all nice. And once I feel we're good, we're going to lay down some sealer, and yeah, if it doesn't take us too long to get this part done, then we'll go ahead and start airbrushing. But this is probably going to take us a few streams, even if we get it sketched in today, because I'm trying to make something super nice right now. But anyway, we got this guy here. Gonna probably want his bone, his arm bone here, coming down this way. And then we're gonna want both of his other bones for his forearm, kind of coming up here. Got one, and then maybe make the other one something like this. Boom. And then we're gonna make his hands. Right. And now, before one of you guys goes, "Oh, that's not anatomically," I'm not really going for super anatomically accurate design here. I'm just kind of going off my head, and I'm trying to think how you hold an airbrush. Boom. So we're obviously gonna need his finger to be up here. Probably a good place to start. Bam. And then, see, so I already kind of messed up. We're gonna make this go that way. Can you guys see that at all? Let's zoom you guys in on what I'm working on right there. There you go. Alright, so we got his finger coming up and over. Boom. Then we're gonna want the other finger. Gotta look at my own hand here. Okay, yeah. I'm thinking correctly. And on his other hand, kind of resting up this way. And so on. So the first guy right here, this main dude's gonna be holding an airbrush. And then off to the side here, I'm gonna do a guy holding a spray gun. And then over on this side, I want a guy holding like a really big exaggerated pinstripe brush over here. So that's where I'm going with that. I'm not sure about the bottom yet. So if you guys got any ideas for the bottom, let me know. But anyway, we got this in there. Make sure we give him the correct amount of fingers. Alright, then we're gonna adjust the hand here. Boom. Alright. So see your wrist bone out here? That's what this bone is right here, right? And it comes kind of down here. So your forearm has like these two bones that kind of connect down. So it allows you to twist. But your forearm only has one nice bone. I know that much. So yeah, we got this guy in there pretty good. Now we got to bring in his collarbone because I do want the full effect. At first I was thinking maybe I should make him wearing like a muscle shirt or something like that. Make this guy wearing a hoodie or something like that, and this guy wearing something else. But I think just having the actual skeletons kind of show would look pretty good. Thanks for the great video. Thanks. You're welcome. You're badass. Be you, brother. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. Boom. So let's see. Maybe if we bring you guys in. There you go. Get a better idea of what's happening if I show you. So we got the airbrush here. And so, probably not yet, but if you are interested in getting one of these, they are only going to be available through like a pre-order. So you will have to put your order in advance, and then I'm going to take, you know, that money and go to a printer and get them printed. So if you don't have an order in advance, I can't really guarantee you'll get one, but hopefully I'm able to get them printed and get enough made where I can offer them on the website for sale. But for right now, what I'm foreseeing is that it's only going to be available if you make sure to let me know beforehand that you want one. So. Right, so we got his hand here, which is kind of rough, I guess, but it's all kind of smudging as I go, but it's okay. Once we seal it in, we don't have to worry about the smudging, and it's going to kind of be really faint. So I'm going to use a little bit of 40/50 with a little bit of white to tint it. Might even use a little bit of actually, like, what is this color called up here? I keep calling it bold white, but it's opaque cream, which I'll probably end up using to get that all going there. So let's move that up there so we can move up to what we're going to do now. There you go. Boom. Give it some kind of shoulder bones here, sticking out. Cool. Get this bottom jaw in there. What's up, Aaron? How's it going? What's up, Manic? Yeah, we're back in the shop. Back in the good old garage shop. I've had already a few people message me going, "Oh, sorry to hear about your shop," and I'm just like, what do you mean? You know, like, the mall shop is still there. It's not going anywhere. So, alright, so we got that in there. Alright, can you guys see that there? I feel like I'm gonna have to keep moving this camera because of this. Go. Alrighty. And I believe. Nope. There you go. We could just leave it on that one. Those who have me added on your personal Facebook know that I've also been working the hell out of this house. We just did a whole bunch of repairs and flooring, and the tattoo area has never looked better, and it's the whole time I've ever been tattooing. It's so nice right now. Just replaced a bunch of carpet. We're fixing to replace a bunch of more carpet in the rooms right now. The bedrooms. And yeah. So I've been having to work my butt off from one thing to the other. new carpet looks great. It really does. It changed that whole area. It's like, I don't even believe it's the same house sometimes. I was walking in the other day, I was like, holy crap. It looks so freaking nice in here. Just a little carpet went a long way. So anyway, we got kind of the main first figure in there. Zooming out a little bit, you can see. And we're not going to worry about his other arm just yet. We might add it in later. I don't know. For now, I think I want to move on to the other characters because I want to make sure the other characters fit. And then I'm thinking my idea for across the bottom, right, was like for this area right here, was to put like a lowrider or something. But I don't know how well that ties into the theme of the Skull Squad right now, and how many of you guys would actually be into having a vehicle on there. Not to mention, I don't know if I could sell that, right? Like, I don't know if I could sell, like if I put a Chevy on there, is Chevy gonna come after me for selling a Chevy design? So I wasn't quite sure. Maybe I was just thinking maybe just a banner, then making it say squad goals, something like that. Floor work kills your knees, yeah, for sure. Alright, so then over here, I'm going to definitely want a guy holding a spray gun. So I want him facing this way, and this guy's going to be facing that way. This guy's kind of just, he's at a little bit of an angle just to give him some flair, but this guy, I definitely want him to face over in that direction. And we're going to make him a little bit smaller. So yeah, this guy's that big. We can make this guy just a little bit smaller over here. I'm going to start with just his skull here. Just a good little layout of how I want the skull to be. Just doing it nice and light. So yeah, if somewhere along the design process of this shirt you decide you want one, just go over to mikesbrush.com. There's a contact email on there. Just send me an email saying you want one. I'll send you an invoice. Get that paid up, and then when it comes to printing time and stuff, we'll make sure that you get a shirt. Alright, so we got that guy kind of more down this way. And we want him holding a big spray gun. And I want one with a big old cup on the top. So we're going to start with the big old cup. Then, see, those the other thing too, is it's going to have these spots up here, like right above this guy. I was thinking maybe like a city skyline, maybe mountains on the other side. I don't know. That's kind of where I was at with that. So. Banner saying Skull Squad sounds good. Well, I don't know if I wanted to say Skull Squad either. I wanted it to say like Squad Goals or something like that, right? I don't know. Just kind of outlining a quick little spray gun right here. air hose to kind of run back. All of these have to have an air hose. I just remembered that. So this one has to have an air hose also coming down. Bam. And then same thing on here. We want to add his fingers and stuff across the trigger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. Now, should we leave his middle finger kind of sticking out? Thinking. Anyway, he's holding on to the spray handle here. Got thing here. We should add a filter bottom of the gun. Bam. Is the music too loud? Is the music good? Just a tad. I think I am just gonna leave his middle finger sticking out. And bam. I'm not really worried about these because by the time we're done we won't be able to see these at all. We're going to completely cover this with color. So it's okay if they're a little dark. That's actually what I would prefer so I can see them. Flip the bird, yes sir. You know, it has to have that Skull Squad flair, and flipping the bird is totally the Skull Squad way. Make sure to accentuate that bird getting flipped. Look at that bird. Some paint kind of splashing around in here. There you go. Double bird is better. Alright, so we kind of got this guy in here. The other thing too that I used to like to do a lot, and all the times I did skulls, was I like putting a tongue on it. So this guy right here, it'd be cool if, you know what, I'm just gonna add it. Why am I saying it and not doing it? I don't know. I'm gonna just do it. So I always like putting a tongue on my skulls. And anybody who's known me from back in the day knows that I used to put a little red smiley face in one of the eyes too. I used to have this thing for tongues and having that little red eye. Just like the smiling emoji, you know? But I would make it red. That was always just a way of making it like, okay, that was done by Mike. there's no denying that was done by Mike. But then somebody started copying me, so I stopped doing it. Put a goatee on a skull. Yeah, a goatee, that actually might be good too. Let's see here. Maybe we'll put a goatee on this top guy. They all have to have their own little flair. So maybe this guy will have the tongue, this guy will have the goatee. We gotta think of something for the last guy. A mohawk. A mohawk would be cool. How many of you guys have ever rocked a mohawk in your life? Spitting fire. The mohawk, yeah, I second the mohawk as well. But how many people have had a mohawk? That's what I want to know. A striping brush, yeah. So the last guy is actually gonna be holding a striping brush in his hand. So we got airbrush, we got a big spray gun, like a big airbrush, and then I want a striping brush. So we're gonna, it's gonna be bigger than a pinstripe brush, obviously, because otherwise it'd look like the little tiniest thing in his hand. The airbrush is exaggerated. The spray gun's kind of toned back, just so that they're all about the same size. So same thing with the pinstripe brush. When I get there, it's gonna be a little bit big, you know, but it's all about getting the point across more than anything. So. Alright, so here this guy, we could go ahead and add his other hand in. And we have this little space right here where we could add it in. Not nothing super crazy. And it's going to kind of be faded in there too once we kind of get all this black in there. But there's nothing saying we can't put some detail in there, you know what I'm saying? Like all of this is going to be super detailed, so this little area, that's also important when it comes to detail. But now we got to worry about his hand. And I think I'm going to make it say okay. That's a little long. Okay. Because every single member of the Skull Squad is okay with me, you know what I'm saying? You've had several 1 over 2 foot long. Oh man, that's serious mohawk action. I've rocked a mohawk in my life. Not nothing 2 feet long though. That's Joe Durton. All right, now you guys talk about hairstyles, so maybe we should make them have hair. Because you know, if they have hair, one of them's gonna have to have a jerry curl, like you know, like my stencil videos with my nice jerry curl I had gone. Anyway, I think we got this guy kind of in there. So now we could go back, right? Now that we have that guy in there, we could go back and mess with this guy. And we could get his other arm in there, right? So we didn't put his other arm on purpose. So now if we add it, we can make it come out from behind this guy, right? So it doesn't take over this guy's face over here. So let's go ahead and kind of do that. Let's say what? I want it to come straight out this way, right? From here, we can have his arm come up this way, bam. This other little bone here. Had to use washable glue to hold it up. It didn't stand it. Well, yeah, I bet. What the? That's crazy. Rick James, that mother. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so we got kind of his arm going back that way. Now, what do we make this guy's arm do? Right? We have this guy over here throwing up the OK sign. This guy's gonna be throwing up the what? Or should he be holding something in the other hand? What if? See, now that I'm putting it on paper, ideas are coming. So what if we actually make him holding a paint bottle, and he's dripping it down, and the paint's dropping into the airbrush, and we can take the lid off the airbrush right here. Right, bam. We can make this kind of look like it's splashing some paint here. And so here up at the top, make him holding a paint bottle. So we'll put the paint bottle like this. Oh, we should make it a Createx paint bottle, shouldn't we? bottle in there. Boom. The label going across. Boom. Now how do we get him to look like he's squeezing it? A Vinny bottle. Oh no. I did end up sending that that Vinny painting over to Createx. So hopefully they do something with it. If not, it's still better than sitting here. See that there? So we got the arm here, we got the paint. It's going to be dripping down into the bottle. We got to make it look like a squeeze in the bottle up here. Got that in there. So one thing I am thinking is maybe doing like a little city skyline or something in the back here. I think it would just look good. Screaming as he's being squeezed. I mean, yeah, that does sound pretty cool. I like how you guys have been staring at my belly the whole time. Staring at the Vinny. Anyway, we got that all in there. And I do still think maybe at the bottom, maybe a banner will be in order just to kind of keep this all open. Still don't know what would we make it say on the banner. Should we just make it say Skull Squad? Should we make it say Squad Goals? Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream today. Hopefully the quality is pretty good. Did do some changes. So all right, so we got those. What's up, babe? And gotta go the other way now. This guy has to go this way, so we're gonna start. I'm just gonna start by sketching him in right here. when you mix your paint, do you always add 40, 30, 50? No, not always. Especially when using the new opaques. From what I understand, they kind of already have it mixed in. So you don't really have to do that with those. But the reason I'm doing it today and to lay it kind of as a primer today is because we want to seal in the pencil layer, and when we start painting, it'll give the paint a really nice layer to stick onto. So let's see, this guy, he's facing the other direction. No funny faces. How messed up would it be? I'd just be drawing like this. Alright, so this last guy, we want his arm to kind of come down this way. And this actually took me a lot of thought right here. Was how was I going to place this guy? His arm, and it's something I've thought about a lot, and in order to make it make sense and so that we could actually incorporate what he's doing, this is going to be pinstriping, right? So we're going to make the brush come in about right here, and again it's going to be bigger than a normal brush, obviously. We're going to come in like this, and then it's going to go down like this. Right, it's going to look like it has paint on it up to there, boom, something like that. Even though that's not very much how that works. Take off that tail end. Just like this. And the reason I want it just to there is because we're going to actually make it look like he's laid a pinstripe kind of going down there, so we're going to make it, you know, a pinstripe coming up off on that, right? And now we have to do his hand holding the brush, and he's left-handed, so we're going to have to make his other arm, his forearm come up. This is the part where I was thinking, I was like, man, how can I make it look like he's like pinstriping the shirt? But like I want him to look like he's facing the shirt, you know, with the brush. So this is what we got. And then I'm going to have to, how would you hold it that way? So, okay, got one. It's going to kind of squeeze into there. The other one too. Last one. Thumb, come out the other end, and go in. Bam. So he's like right up on his brush where he's pinstriping going down. Boom. Making our day. So there you go. There's kind of that. See, again, so this guy has a tongue. Maybe we do give this guy a mohawk. We'll put it kind of coming up this way. guy's arm. Go. This guy's elbow. Bam. Obviously, we all know what a mohawk looks like. Bam. Cool. There you go, we kind of got our design laid out there. Now, I don't know how well you guys can see that. It's just a quick little sketchity sketch. Now I want to think of something for up here. What would make sense to put up there? So kind of got this middle section right here too. Gotta think of something for there. So up here is pretty easy. Like, I think I could do a really nice mountain scene, kind of faded in with some nice sun rays coming off the back and some clouds. Right, so we could probably put that in there. Something like this, and put some sun rays. This is just a quick little sketch idea. Obviously, once we paint it, it's gonna look a lot different. Some clouds coming in. Boom. I'm gonna fade those clouds off into the back over there, like wispy smoke, kind of all the way. And that's going to lead over to the other side as well. Right, boom. And on this side, we could have a city. So no matter if you're out in the country or if you're out in the city. I know a lot of you guys are out in different places. Got a city skyline on this side. No particular city, just the Skull Squad city is all. A place where all airbrush artists run around happy and free, and the paint is always free. As a matter of fact, if you don't spray enough paint every month, your taxes go up in Skull Squad Town. You have to use the paint, son. Right, there you go. We got a nice little city. Once we add the little windows and stuff, we bring in this kind of smoky fade going down. Same thing on this side. Coming off that pinstripe, boom. We could bring a little, like, rolling hills coming down off that mountain there. And maybe we could add a little cactus guy here, boom. And maybe a little bush airbrush over here. Boom. And maybe just some little house out there. Just old, like, adobe house that's broken down or something just out there. Boom. So then we go down here, get this guy set up. I think we got all that. That looks pretty good. We need something for this middle part here. So I'm gonna take you guys around. Got all that. And we got the guys in there. Now we just need something for this middle section right here. See, right behind this air hose and between the two skull guys, and also where this guy's up on top. What if we put a compressor there? Would that be weird if there was a compressor on the shirt? I don't know. And we also need to think of something for this guy to make him kind of special. Maybe I could just put my red eye on this one here, my red smiley face. Bring that back, son. Now you know, if you see that shit, it was here. This is where this happened. This red smiley face. Anyway, I still need to think of something for... I think a compressor would be pretty good. But then the pinstripe guy doesn't really use the compressor. Trying to think. Should we just put a big skull in there? You guys are not being very helpful. I'm just going to say this right now. You guys have not said any suggestion. I like everything so far. Just got to think of this, and then I think we could add the banner going across the bottom here. And we could just make it say squad. I think if it just said squad, that would be good. Maybe let's start there. Maybe once we have the banner in, it'll be easy to decide what else we want to put in there. So let's get this and go down here. What's up, Carlitos? So let's see here. Paint tin shaker. this line. Not really happy with that one. Alright. Alright. Cool. What's up, Air Todd? What are you doing other than skulls with pinstriping brush? So there's a skull with a pinstriping brush, a skull with airbrush, a skull with a paintbrush, a big airbrush, like a big spray gun. There's a city backdrop, a mountain backdrop, sun rays. There's like a cloud effect going around. Then there's this banner here that I'm working on. And we're just trying to decide what to make it say on the banner. And then what to put in this section right here, right? So you see this section right here? I'm not really sure what to put on there. What to put in there. And somebody said to do kind of a tattered effect on the flag. I made it, always late. What's up, break a leg? Like they use in spray shops for mixing paint. Yeah, I know what a paint I know what a paint mixer is. I'm trying to I don't know if that's really the best idea for for putting in the middle there. That's kind of where I'm at. I was thinking a compressor, you know, but the only thing is that the pinstripe guy doesn't really use the compressor. But then I'm also thinking like, well, fuck the pinstripe guy and what he uses. But no, I just need something to fit right in here. That'll kind of make sense, you know. I think this banner idea is pretty good. We got the air hose kind of coming in behind. His arm is kind of going over the banner, and his spine drops into there real nice. So we just need kind of a main shape, or just something here. I'm not really sure. I guess that's the one part that my brain didn't really focus on, was that middle section. A razor blade? Razor blade makes sense. Paint mixer makes sense. Razor blade makes sense. Well, we have to give this guy a goatee too. Almost forgot. Somebody said make sure you give the guy a goatee, so this guy will have a goatee. A fuel tank or a helmet, a banner, we might look dead. We're here to spray the Skull Squad. Well, no, I was thinking of one word for the Skull Squad. For the banner here. I was thinking of just making it say squad, right? Because it obviously has the 3 painters here, so it'd be like the painting squad or the Skull Squad because they're all skulls. You know, that's kind of what I was thinking. So making the skulls and then just making it say squad up in here. But I mean, we could fit something crazy. An airbrush with a pull start. I mean, that alone is kind of its own design. That's something we could do later on. An airbrush with a pull start sounds pretty good. A little 2-stroke freaking airbrush. I'm down. I don't know. Maybe I should just put a skull back there and call it a day. Or just an idea. What if we put some flames, like some old school, like hot rod, not fire, some flames, you know, like kind of coming up, and then we could kind of make them come into the designs here and drop back down, and so it'd be like they're on, you know, there's a little bit of fire in there. Ooh, that would tie it in just nice, wouldn't it? And I think that would be enough work to last us at least a couple weeks to get this all painted in like really nice, super detail and in full color. So it's going on a black shirt and it's going to be full color, and by the time we're done, this is going to be completely covered. The background's going to be black. Flames are always a good thing to add. Yes, sir. I mean, it's also kind of a cop-out, you know, but at the same time, I feel like it would just kind of, because we could meld the flames into the skulls, right? And like make them kind of come up all the way from the back, and it would kind of give it an all nice, like tie it in all together, right? So I think that's what I'm going to do. I've decided. Alright, so first let's just start with one. And I'm just going to start by lightly sketching in here what I want. Pinstripe around the edge of the flame. What? So you can see that first flame comes up and goes back and around. It goes behind this guy's arm here. And we're going to make this drop all the way back down. Nice little teardrop here. Make it go back up. And then maybe we can make this one come up, you know, just part of it from one side or in between his bones on his arm here. This way. All right, let me just stand up here. Same thing here, right? So we have the rib bones, and sure, some of these can go over the rib bones, but then we can get creative and make like this flame here go like under that one rib bone, and then just keep coming up on the other side. Right, so then we start intertwining that flame into our skeletons here. Shouldn't the skulls be painting the living? Well, again, that's like its own little design you can make out of it. Alright, so then we got this one. Just hide that in there. Actually, the flame kind of makes sense too, now that I'm thinking about it. Because in order to make nice flames like you would on a hot rod or something like that, you do need all three of these tools to make that happen. So there is that as well. So we got that one set kind of going that way, boom. And we can come back down here on this side. And we can start with another set of flames kind of coming in right here. See the air hose from the airbrush? We're gonna kind of make it disappear into these flames right here. Boom. And it goes into the skull there. Bring out our second layer of flames. There you go. Some nice fire effects all around. And more here. Now we have our nice little scribbly mess that we have to turn into something really nice. So, in case you weren't here for the whole thing, let me just walk you down what we're going to be doing here. So starting on the top here, we have Mr. Skull Guy squeezing a bottle of Createx paint that's dripping down to the airbrush that he's holding right there. Then we have this guy over here who's holding a spray gun. And he has a nice tongue and he's holding up the OK symbol because he's good. We got this guy over here who's pinstriping onto the shirt. He'll be wearing, you know, that pinstripe going up the side. And on this side of that skull, we have a nice mountain scene in the back with maybe a little desert area. And then on that side behind the paint bottle and behind his arm in the flame, we have a city skyline. Right, then we have all that flames coming around. And we could probably make him like one layer red and orange and yellow, you know, and then make the other layer like blue and green and yellow. And then at the very bottom we have our banner where it'll say squad. So I know it looks like a big scribbly mess right now. But now all I want to do is hit this with a little bit of white to lock it into place. Right? So that's all I'm going to do is get one of my airbrushes here, plug it in. I forgot to get the power for this thing. One sec, I'm just going to hook up my compressor here. So I also want to test out how loud this is going to be on the screen, if at all. Do it like this for today. Now hopefully that's not too loud. I don't know. But all I'm going to do is mix up a little bit of 40-50 with some whites. With some cream, actually, it's not white. Alrighty. So this is probably as far as I'm going to get today. So thank you guys for all your input on it today. What I'm going to do is laze the 40-50 with the cream. And then maybe tomorrow or the day after, I'll be back live again. Because the whole point is to get this design live, done completely live, and with your guys' help. But we'll come back and we will start airbrushing it. That way you guys could actually see the whole process, because a lot of times I start and I already have the canvas sketched out, so you guys don't really get to see all that. So I'm just taking a little bit of a little bit of 4011. this is going to do is lock it into place so that we will stop rubbing the graphite around, you know, the pencil. As well as it's going to lighten up the pencil, which will make it a lot easier to paint over, and it'll work as a good adhesion layer for our paint. So if you've ever painted on one of these pre-primed canvases, you'll know that the primer they use is kind of like chalky. So if you rub your hand on it, it almost feels like the white comes off onto your hand. Well, I'm using these, doing this, it stops the primer and gives you a new adhesion layer for your nice Createx paint. So if you've ever been interested on how I airbrush on canvas, hopefully this series on this design will help you out, answer some of your questions. And you can see, it's nice and light. I could see it, you could barely see it. Right, if you go on there, I kind of focus you in, you can see it, but it's not as crazy pronounced as before. And like I said, once we actually start layering in our paint, it's gonna give it the paint just that extra little, you know, what do you call it? Like a stick. We give it more stick. It'll just seem to go on a lot nicer and a lot smoother. It's pretty much it. The best way I could describe it is a better stick, a better adhesion. Which will give you just like a smoother finish and a nicer finish as you go on layering paint on here. So again, I used opaque cream, about 50-50 with 40-50, and now I'm just going to do a really quick coat with 40-50 and on its own with no whites. This doesn't have to be a super thick layer or anything like that, it's just getting it nice and even is all. There we go. Now all that's going to do is seal in. Again, all the lead. Well, it's not really lead, the graphite. It's going to seal in all the graphite from the pencil. Just rinsing out my airbrush. And there you go. We can let that sit till tomorrow or the next day, and then we'll be able to get ready and get started airbrushing it. We'll start laying in some colors Probably going to start off with the black, right? So we want to black out all around the edge and then kind of start layering in and outlining some of our stuff here. And then we'll start layering in colors. I'm going to be using opaques, so it won't really matter too much where I get the black. I just know I need to get the black in so that the black edge is nice and set, and we can start defining some of the areas and some of the stuff on the skeletons before we start giving it all detail and color and all that. So yeah, anyway guys, hopefully you guys liked that video today. That's all I got for you today. Yeah, thank you guys all for coming in and hanging out, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Later everybody.